Many people in this lifetime will tell you of a way, whether it's their way or an enlightened way, or this is the way. But most people, they testify of this world. They testify of the ways that this world can give them, you see. And all these things are not the true light, if you can put it that way. Whether it is intellectual understanding, whether it is the knowledge of the world, whether it is your profession, whether it is your job, whether it is the Christianity that you see today, that people claim and that they're following. All this stuff has got one thing in common. It's all temporary and subject to the temperaments that people will not understand, the changes that people will not understand, you see. Because people take life for granted, you see. They think everything will always be the same, you see. And they don't understand that in order to truly understand, you need to find a way that this world will not give you. Now there's only one way out of all these directions and paths that human beings take. There's one way, and that is the way of Jesus Christ for each person on this planet, you see. That is the way that we must follow, and in order to follow that, we need to receive Him. We need to receive the one true light that exists, that was from the beginning, that is, and that is going to come, you see. That is Jesus Christ, you see. One thing that the light does is it exposes darkness, you see. And human beings cannot face that this is what they are within. Many of them, most of them, cannot face who they are within. They don't want to face it. They want to get the temporary quick fixes that the world gives them, you see, whether it is possessions, and whether it is materialistic might, financial might, Most people, their strength comes from the world, you see. It comes from worldliness and the way the world. And then they create a gospel that is subservient, or it's second in nature to the world, you see. So this is the gospel that they build around. So we have people who talk about they believe in Jesus and they follow Jesus, but they're only speaking those words because they're getting money from somewhere, you see, or they're able to borrow money from somewhere, you see. And they're comfortable. They have not gone through things that they need to go through, you see. And I don't wish hardship on anybody, you see. If we humble ourselves, if we truly humble ourselves, then we can avoid many unnecessary things we have to go through, to be honest with you. But we have to truly humble ourselves in our heart. And we do that by spending time with Jesus and receiving from Him. Because then we see that this world is foolishness with God. The wisdom of this world is foolishness. The wise will be confounded by their own conceits, you see, by their own things. Many people, if you look, they'll tell you today, this is the way forward. This technology or this path is the way forward. Tomorrow, that path is going to be confounded because they never knew everything about it. They didn't know how to use it properly. They didn't have the proper wisdom, you see. It confounded them. For example, in the industrial era, everybody exalted that. Well, this is the way forward. This is what it is, and we are going to this and that. And all these inventions came forth, and everybody was talking about how great the steam engine, how great this is and that is. But today we are realizing that those are the same things, according to the scientists, you see. Those are the same things that are causing problems in the world. Psychological problems, they're causing environmental problems, they're causing unsustainable economic problems. You see, so you start realizing that the systems, the thing is that we human beings, we live bound in the time in which we spend in this world. So we think only with the perspective of a drop in eternity. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem. We should be thinking eternally, and in order to think eternally, we need to come out of all the things that enslave humanity, enslave human beings, which is the way of thinking, that temporary nature. You see, and we need to receive. In order to do that, we need to understand Jesus Christ. We need to know Him in depth. You see, we need to receive His light within us. You see, and not be confounded by the world's false light, which is truly, really a darkness. You see, and once we receive the light, it has to come from your heart. It comes from within. It's not outside in, it's inside out. You see, so you can't change the outside and then say everything is okay when inside you're still a disaster. You see, we have to go on the inside, and very, very few people know how to want to do that. So you see, in order to receive this light, what did God do with many people? He sent them through the wilderness. He sent them through some hard times. He sent them through times where, you look at Abraham, was taken out of he became a stranger in another land. He left his father's house. Moses left Egypt. You know, everybody ended up on these journeys in many different places. Why? Because they had no certain dwelling place. You see, why was that? Because they were looking for a land whose builder and maker. They were being led into a land whose builder and maker is not man but God. You see, and this is what people don't understand. They justify all these worldly things and create scriptures and gospels and Bible passages and doctrines to justify a carnal way of thinking, their own way of thinking, a temporary way of thinking. They justify worldly things, wars, fightings, intellectual strivings, debates, arguings. You see, this is what the world does. You see, the way of Jesus Christ doesn't come like this. It comes by, it's an internal struggle within you. You see, when you're in the wilderness, you can no longer, or when you're going through something, a time of purification, you can't do the things that you used to do. You see, you don't have them. You're stripped. They get stripped away from you, and it's very difficult. It's not easy. You see, when imagine going into the wilderness like Egypt did. You know, your parents can't provide for their kids. We have no food, no water. You see, so all this business of well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, I'll take care of you, it didn't happen. Everybody had to look to God. They were forced. You see, look what caused them to choose God. What caused them to choose God was hardships and suffering that Egypt inflicted on them. Then they realized that their salvation is not in the world. But look how quickly they forgot. See, they went into the wilderness and they stumbled because their eyes were not on God. Their eyes were not on the way of God. You see? So they never received the light. You see? And this is what we must do. Because then when we receive this light, we can go everywhere and carry this with us. You see? When we leave the wilderness and go into this place, or go there, or go there. You see? Because then the kingdom of God dwells within us. And that shines out to everybody. But people do not receive this light because they never ever leave Egypt. You see? Egypt is in their heart, and Egypt is giving them gospels that that cater for their flesh, that cater for their worldly existence, that give them food and water and clothing. Unfortunately, eternally, they are naked, bereft, and destitute. And that's what we human beings are without God, without Jesus Christ. We need spiritual clothing. We need spiritual food, spiritual water, spiritual meat. You see? And these things happen when we begin to shut our we begin to stop pursuing the things that the world, and stop seeking refuge in the ways of the world and securities of the world, and stop allowing our words and our actions to come from the spirits that run this world, or from the abilities that the world gives people, but that come, these words and actions must be forged and stem from eternity, from the Spirit of God, from Jesus Christ, you see. And first we have to receive Him, and then we have to follow Him. And it's not easy, my friends. It's not some path, it's the most difficult path in the world, because the world inside your own heart does not receive it, you see. So that's just what happens. The Spirit of truth will not be received, and you have to strive very hard, and Jesus gives us the strength to overcome.